Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing a Demon Spawn Necromancer of Ashen'Zari, and we are still joined by Rose. Hello, Rose.
Hello. Are you gonna die this time?
Well, it's a possibility. Orc, I mean, we got what we wanted out of Orc, which was some experience. And
Oh, was that the goal? I thought you maybe wanted some of the loot.
that would be nice, but, you can't always get what you want. And we got our Longblade up to maximum power, or to min delay anyway, and our fighting and dodging continue to go up, so hopefully we can maybe start killing stuff. I'm going to try Dungeon 10, as I mentioned earlier. Seems easier than Lair 3. It was a particularly nasty Lair 3, really.
Well, everything here is white. That's a good start.
Yeah, racist. But, like, this stuff is all not a big deal. Anyway,
But, like,
so it wasn't...
the manner in which I'm being racist is like white things are... I mean, I guess white things are less threatening.
White things are
so
the neighborhood you want to be in? That's your racism.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna go hide in shame
That's
now.
right. But wasn't that orc way more interesting than orc used to be?
You're making me think of the Chinese curse.
Sure. I mean, may you live in interesting times, but I mean, that's what Crawl is all about. I think it's great that orc was such a clusterfuck. Right? I mean, it means...
I will keep in mind your interesting clusterfucks for future data.
Okay, good to know. I mean, it means that Grunt did his job. Like, he thought of a way to fix the game, because Orc was kind of boring and nobody ever really treated it seriously. And admittedly, like, I went there before Lair, making it even harder than it usually would be.
Sure.
But I used to be able to do that when, like, Lair was not going to be very good and, Orc was fine. And this time, it was awful. I killed some of the toughest monsters in there, or rather, I teleported away one of them twice. 3 potions of might is actually a fantastic pickup.
Okay.
What is all this? Yaks.
Yak.
Okay, great. That's fine.
That's only 4 of them.
Well, yeah, I know. I peeked through the walls.
Yep.
It's only 3 now. One of them teleported away. How many of these did we actually kill, and how many teleported? I don't know. We killed 1, 2...
I only see one kill message.
Yeah, it looks like we killed 2 of them.
Okay.
Good news.
Perhaps it's about time to get rid of your teleportitis.
I could, but, like, I don't really want any of the others.
I mean, it seems like it's really annoying when things keep teleporting away from you and you'd rather kill them.
No, I was perfectly fine with some of those yaks not being there.
Alright. It's just you really want their corpses.
I do, but I didn't want to fight 4 yaks at once, so...
Alright.
I was perfectly happy with that outcome. There we go. So, like, this is going okay. Dungeon 10 is going fine. I can't complain.
Pretty alright, yeah. It's full of white dudes. It is indeed a better neighborhood.
Yeah. So let's try Dungeon 11? Pushing our luck a little bit. Stuff seems pretty innocuous so far. Oh, goodbye, Worker Ant. I could maybe work on some stealth.
It's funny to me how immediately after starting to play the game, you just totally stop noticing that the food that you're eating the whole time tastes awful.
Oh, of course. Who cares? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should have some stealth, but everything else is a higher priority right now.
Alright.
So, it's just gonna have to wait. Cyclops is scary.
Only yellow.
I know, but they can do a lot of damage all at once, and they can throw rocks.
There doesn't seem to be anything else around, so that makes it not nearly so frightening.
Yeah. I should remember to use Vampiric Draining more. I used it there against him, but I had forgotten to do it earlier, which might perhaps have helped.
Okay. I mean, you used it against the Orc Warlord.
I did. And then he freaking teleported. That was the worst. That he teleported away twice, like, when I was in the middle of spending all my consumables against him. I didn't like that.
Yeah, it didn't work out so well for
So
you.
this,
There's a lot of things
yeah,
behind that
I'll bet
door.
you that they're rats. Nope.
They're not rats.
Okay.
You owe me $1.
Did I say I would bet you $1 or just that I would bet you?
You said that you'd bet me, but I assumed it was $1.
That does sound like me, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's always $1.
Well, sometimes it's $100. I really like it when you bet me $100 because you're wrong about half the time.
Well, I mean, then we seem to be breaking even.
Well, but I figure I can turn you down when I think you're going to be right.
Well, I think you're wrong about as often as I am, so.
I don't think that's true.
See, there you go again.
Also, you're not supposed to admit that I'm wrong.
We are just like literally walking through monsters.
Yeah?
I just like, oh, there's a monster. I hit him, and he hits me and vanishes. It's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
that
I
seems
like
to be
that.
happening. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I mean, is it strong? Maybe.
I mean, it's why you don't have any X's because you keep not actually killing things.
Well, I mean, there's some of that.
You did say that was what was going on with Orc and why you were there is because you needed more X.
Yeah, and I killed like pretty much everything in Orc except that one Orc warlord. It was a pain in the ass.
And like those 2 high priests you ran away from, you mean?
Oh yeah, well that was because I was gonna die. That wasn't the amulet's fault.
I see. I see. No, I meant that the reason that you were in Orc to kill things was because you were low on X because throughout the game
Oh,
your amulet.
I don't think so. I haven't noticed that being a problem. Maybe it has been.
Okay. I mean, you know, my gaming background is kill everything in front of you because you need
Where did
exp all
this
the
troll
time.
even come from? What?
He walked in behind you
How dare you?
from the south.
Oh, he has a Bardiche. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah. And he's a Knigget.
We are gonna drain him. Oh, would you please
You have
attack his
vampire-
stupid troll zombie? I'm draining him. That counts as hitting him. Jesus Christ.
SD kobolds are not frightening.
No. Oh, the Orc Knight teleported away. Who knew? He's dead now, though. Maybe that is why I'm losing a bunch of experience. Stuff is teleporting away and I'm not even noticing.
Yeah. Because it doesn't give you messages.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I should notice that I don't get the you killed it message, but apparently I don't notice that.
Yeah, I mean, your experience is you're only at level 12.
Yeah,
Which seems a little low for where you're at in the game.
maybe. So how many of these yaks did we actually kill? 1, 2, 3, and that's how many there were.
Okay.
So we killed all of those. But we're definitely not killing everything.
Yeah.
And that's happening more than I thought it was. But dungeon, it seems like, is easier than lair for this game.
Yeah. Oh, a book.
A new book, indeed. Party tricks. Apportation, I guess, is good. Invisibility could be good.
What's this dance thing? Is it good?
Takima's Dance is pretty good if you don't mind putting a few points into hexes. It would simplify Orc a lot, but not lair.
Okay.
It takes you point it at a monster and their weapon jumps out of their hand and starts beating the hell out of them.
That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's just...
It's expensive to cast.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's expensive to get going.
Right.
Not as much as most hexes. It's one of the few hexes that you can mix in if you're not like an enchanter.
Okay.
So
Like-
I might like to do that after lair, for example. That could be pretty good.
I mean, as we discussed, you also kind of could really use some area of effect, some crowd control,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I mean, I just don't... I'm not going to have that, so
yeah,
we're just going to have to get used to it.
that's just not something you're going to get as a necromancer, or just we can't find any
I
spellbooks.
will control the crowd by having a larger crowd, perhaps. But we're not we're not going to get like Mass Confuse or Firestorm or anything like that. My main source of damage is going to be hitting things.
Okay.
With
And having things that hit
Yep.
things.
Hopefully I find some higher level necromancy like Death Channel or something. But if I don't, I can branch out.
Okay.
But I mean,
Just like it seemed like you were getting really overwhelmed by the crowds in Aura.
yeah, well, that's just because I can't beat them up like I would like to.
Okay.
Getting some crowd control, I don't think, is what is really needed there so much as just being stronger in general.
All right.
Because tabbing things is 100% like a viable solution to Orc, and that's what I usually do. It's just I'm not strong enough to do it this game.
That seems to have been a human keeping sheep in a cage.
Yep, that was our food vault.
I see.
You are guaranteed at least one food vault at some point in the game. I'm not sure exactly what the rules are.
And what's the, I mean, obviously, in order to make sure you get plenty of food
Mm-hmm.
at some point, but like, what's the theory there?
I don't understand the question. It's to make sure you get plenty of food.
Okay. I just wondered if there was, some mythos or anything to go along with it.
I mean, it's because, like, Crawl and Crawl Dev's relationship to food is, I don't know. Food is a mechanic that made a ton of sense in Rogue.
Right.
Where it really did act as a forcing function. There was just so little food that you couldn't afford to screw around. You just had to keep pushing forward.
Right.
And in Crawl, there's just so much food. You can't ever starve to death. Even if you worship Gozag and never fund a food shop, it's hard to starve to death.
I mean, I've seen you get pretty hungry and have that be a problem.
I mean, not really.
Okay.
So the main thing, like, food is in Crawl, it's more of a tactical resource than a strategic one.
Okay, that's fair.
Right? You use up all your food in a combat casting heavy duty spells, and then you can't do that anymore.
Right. It's a short-term problem, not a continuing long-term.
But everyone has to deal with it as like a long-term annoyance, where you have to carry around a bunch of food and eat it every so often.
Right.
So it sort of is like food is designed to never be a problem for anybody, but then it's like, why is it still there? And like people would like to remove it or reform it or something, but nobody really knows quite the best way to do that, and so it doesn't happen.
It seems like what you'd like to do to get the same effect is replace hunger with something like, exhaustion, and then...
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of facile attempts that...
Sure.
Oh, shoot, I have a long blade. Ugh,
oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you knew, or I would have told you that the Hydra was, you should maybe not hit it.
Alright, well, we drew an ornate foxfire, I guess. That's cool. Everyone, would you, like, run away over here, please? And now come back and kill him.
Why did they need to run away first?
So that they could get better surface area on him.
Oh, sure, that makes sense.
And let's try Vampiric Draining, I guess.
Sure, that's a great choice against Hydras.
It is, but... yeah, we're just gonna die if we keep doing it, I think. But I've got him in the miasma right now.
You smell bad. And he's got extra noses to smell you with.
Alright, we got him. Not my, necessarily best approach. And I forgot to regen. I should be regening more as well.
Oh, sorry. There's so many things to remind you about.
I know, right? That's necromancers. There's just a lot to keep track of.
But you did remember to revive his corpse.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, that was Dungeon 11. And let's see how Lair is doing, because I don't want to do Dungeon 12.
Okay.
Let's do Lair 2.
I mean, I think the Lair is exactly where you left it.
It is, but we're a little bit stronger.
Yeah. It's just you said see how it was doing, and I was attempting to further anthropomorphize it.
Okay, maybe this half of Lair 3 is going to be nicer, too. That's always... ooh, gloves. Gimme, gimme. See, we just came down the wrong stairs. That was the problem.
Of course. That's clearly the problem.
Great. We got some more boosts from Ash for being cursed there. That should help.
Hooray!
Picked up some stealth and dodging mostly, I think.
I love that the most exciting thing about picking up gloves is that you can curse them now.
Yep. Well, I mean, +1 AC is nice, but
Sure.
getting Ash Piety faster and getting boosts to my defensive skills is pretty good. More elephants. I mean,
These could just be the same
they could
elephants.
be, but like they're in a different place, and like I
Yeah,
don't know.
but they're not that far from where you ran away
No.
before.
So how much?
Are regenning.
I drain like 10 per hit from this. That's really good.
Okay, you should do more of that then.
Yeah. Maybe it's a little less than 10 and some of it is from regen, but it's still like, for only 4 magic, getting all that
Yeah,
HP back is real nice. Helps me sustain a lot longer, since I have 1,000,000 MP.
sure. As discussed.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if I'd already said it in that sentence or not.
You had not said it in that sentence.
+4 rapier? Really? What is that doing here?
Uh, Sitting on the floor waiting for you to find it.
That's weird. It shouldn't be there. That's wrong. Where is it?
South of you, it looks like.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Well,
You seem very offended by its existence.
yeah, because, well, so when you find stuff on the ground that doesn't say ruined on it or whatever,
Right.
it's never positively enchanted. Now, since I'm Ash, I can't see what this would have looked like. It must have looked like a ruined rapier or something.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just +4. It just seems weird. Like it should have a brand or something. I don't know.
Nope.
It just feels
Apparently
wrong.
not.
I think it's perfectly legal, but it's just a surprise to me.
Okay.
I'm really surprised by how much I'm enjoying all these butterflies.
You really are very much enjoying summoning butterflies.
I don't think it's even really helping that much, to be honest. But,
The water moccasin teleported away.
yeah. I did notice that.
Keep track of that.
But it came back, see? Like, they come back
Yeah.
pretty close.
I mean, sometimes.
Sometimes. Eat butterflies.
Like the orc warlord went pretty far away, it looked like.
Maybe. I think we just, like, maybe couldn't keep track of where he went, or I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
But also, he could have gone really far away. I don't know the rules, so.
Yep.
At least our resists are good. Alright, frogs. Don't like frogs. Let's regen. Let's pain.
I wonder how the blink frogs feel about being randomly teleported all over the place.
So, until very recently, here's a bit of trivia that is no longer valid.
Okay.
Blink frogs were the only enemies in the game that were that rather than being harmed by the distortion brand were healed by it.
Hilarious.
And then it was like, why is this stupid special case still in here? Crawl doesn't need this garbage. Somebody took it out. Speaking of garbage that was taken out of Crawl, I recently removed some rickrolling.
There was rickrolling.
Yep.
Why would you remove that?
Yeah, well, just because it's really not that funny. Sorry.
That's fair.
This is a
You
lot
seem
of
to have found a bunch of fruit trees
Yeah.
full of elephants.
Yeah, a lot of elephants. I have another potion of Berserk Rage handy.
Yeah.
Although maybe just Might is enough. Because I have now suddenly several of those.
And you're probably might's plenty. Like, the elephants are a lot less scary than they were. There's a blink frog and a water moccasin.
Yeah, so that's part of the thing, is you don't want to berserk against anything that can blink, is my rule of thumb.
It's a good roll.
Yeah, let's drink some Might, I guess. Since we're gonna 3-on-1 with an elephant. Or with 3 elephants, I suppose. What teleported? The blink frog.
The blink frog?
Yeah, he blinked. So that wasn't my amulet. I'm just trying to keep track.
Yep.
Okay, so this potion of might... Potions of might are, like, amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I heard,
If it's relevant to anybody, the zombified elephants in web tiles look like bears as opposed to anything like elephants.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'll let Ontoclasm know.
Like, zombified sheep look like poodles, but that just seems to be how zombified sheep look.
Zombie elephants we're talking about, right?
Yep. They're sort of bear-shaped. I think that they're, in fact, using the bear model, but it's hard for me to tell for sure.
Alright, well, I let Ontoclasm know.
Yep. Apparently this is an episode full of me being like, there's a bug! But, you know.
Okay, Death Yak. I'm glad we used a buff potion.
Yeah?
And I'm glad it wasn't Berserk.
Yeah?
Wow, more yaks. Death Yaks, rather.
Or death yaks, yep.
More Death Yaks.
Well, you've got some nice elephant zombies to take care of them, right?
My feet have turned into hooves, and I am therefore fully bound in armor, because I can't wear boots anymore.
Awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a good feature. I appreciate that sort of feature.
Yep. I still haven't gotten any claws, which surprises me a little. I'm pretty sure I'm guaranteed claws.
Well, apparently they're just taking their sweet time to show up.
Yep. Let's see. So I should be getting 6 total mutations times 3 is 18. I'm leveling up 16. That's 26 times, so I can miss 8 of them, I guess. All right, whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter. So more Death Yaks coming up. Let's regen again, I guess.
You're up to 3 death yaks.
Well, I just killed 1. So there's 3 more.
Goodness.
Yeah, I'm really... This lair 3 is nasty, nasty, nasty.
It has seemed much worse than I vaguely recall Layer 3 being in the past. You do have a lot more max health than you did, though.
Yeah, that's why I've been training fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. Alright, now we have a ton of zombies. Let's roll, guys.
I'm just observing because you were at 77 when you first came here, and now you're at 101.
Yeah. That's why we left to go to Orc. You know, if
Yep.
if one branch is causing you trouble, leave and come back.
Yep.
And it'll be a lot easier, provided that you survive to come back. And, you know, we used up... I just don't have enough escape options yet. That would make me feel a lot more comfortable as just having, like, a couple scrolls of teleport. Or, like, you know, God forbid, a wand of teleport would be amazing.
Yeah.
But, okay. Everyone kill that. A Spriggan Rider. This must be like an homage to the Forest branch that used to exist.
Ah.
Which I never... they're all attacking a bush. I don't know why.
It's in their way.
Maybe. They feel like they're concentrating on it. But...
Maybe it said something rude about their mothers.
Yeah. Okay, so Layer 3 seems to be navigated, thank goodness. Whew. Let's do Layer 4.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly...
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, well, I was thinking about, like, just calling it a video. Because
That's also an option.
it did take a while, but...
Yeah.
Let's back off. There's a much better area to fight right here. There we go. Got him. And we got him. Yak zombies.
Hooray!
How am I for scrolls? What's the deal? I picked up a new thing there.
And they appear to be labeled Zabia config.
Coffee log.
Oh, that's even better. Let's see, so if it's a scroll of coffee log, well, you already know what amnesia is. I mean, I know that it doesn't have anything to do with
No.
it, but it's fun to think of what a scroll of coffee log would be
Sure.
if it did.
Snake pit. Okay. Don't like snake very much. Is it better than spider? I'm not really sure. Normally it's worse, but you know, some characters like it more than others, and I don't really know what this one is going to be like.
Well, are snake zombies better than spider zombies?
Eh. I would say not really. Well, I don't know. One of the things that... Oh, see you later. One of the things that makes not... What was that? I something cursed. That makes... Another +4 rapier. What the hell? This is weird. That makes...
I can't help you.
Okay, we already have a cloak.
Thing that makes...
Yeah, not for spiders, but for other kinds of insects like... well, like bats and so on. Well,
Right, because bats are insects, as we all know.
yeah, I know, but they're like flying small things. Bats are bugs, right?
No, but go on.
Oh, come on. You know the reference. Please.
No, I don't.
Calvin and Hobbes.
That does not strike me as one that I know.
Calvin did a book report on bats. And he asked Susie for... I mean, it was a long... I don't know, it was a week or two long thing.
Right.
He's like trying to get Susie to go to the library to help him study, and then he just like checks out a Batman book to read and asks her to tell him everything.
Okay.
And then his book report is like, he's not worried about how it's going to be graded because it's in a really professional looking folder, and that's really how you get the teacher's attention, is a really nice folder or binder or something. Anyway, and he gives... His book report is like an introductory... It's like a story of, you know... he has a description of, like, dusk. Bats fly down from the so-and-so to attack the unsuspecting, you know, these blood-sucking insects and blood-sucking bugs or whatever. And the whole class shouts out, "Bats aren't bugs!" And he says, "Listen, who's telling the story? You, me, or you chowderheads?"
I mean, bats aren't bugs, but they do eat bugs.
Right. And so he, that was the entirety of his research he did. He stenciled the Batman logo onto the front of his report and decided that they were bugs.
All right, then.
I'm sure that if you did a Google search for "bats aren't bugs," that is what you would find.
You're probably right. Here, I'll even do it.
Thank you.
You were telling me something about bugs and turning them into zombies.
Oh, yeah. So things like bats, which aren't bugs. Things that are confused, that walk around very strangely. When you make them into zombies, they get way scarier because they're not confused anymore, and they use their, like, 30 speed to just barrel down on you. They act like caustic strikes.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't really apply to spiders. They're fast, and they make good zombies because they're fast and they can keep up with you. But they're not, like, especially good in the way that bats and stuff are, who are made unusually bad when they're not zombies. Why did I walk towards this Hydra? That was, like, not a good plan.
Oh, four-headed hydras are yellow now instead of red.
Yeah. What am I going to do with this Hydra?
I think that you should kill it and turn it into a minion.
Well, I've cleared the floor. There's nothing else left to deal with here.
But it's always better to have more minions.
Well, we made an illusion.
Okay.
So at least that won't be, Huh! He's you ghosts and so on don't actually have weapon types, so he's not using
Ah,
uh
a slicey
yes, a
weapon.
slicey weapon indeed. Thank you. So we killed it. How are my charms doing? Pretty good. They're doing, in fact, plenty fine. Let's turn that off. And maybe a little stealth. Seems alright.
Get down tonight.
If you say so. I don't see how that's relevant. Objection, Your Honor.
No, I'm a doctor, not a judge.
So did you look it up?
I did, and I see that bats are not bugs.
And that's the Calvin and Hobbes thing, right?
I I did not remember that one. I don't think I'd ever read that bit. Like I have not read the entire oeuvre of Calvin and Hobbes.
The entire what? Oh, oove.
Oeuvre.
Yeah, okay, the egg. Um, I actually have read the entire.
I've read large sections of it, but apparently I missed that one.
I have read the ouvre. So let's take
That is not how it is pronounced.
the ouvre. You're sure?
I'm positive.
I don't know. I don't think we would have a word that was pronounced of and not spell it O-F. It doesn't sound like English.
I think you
to
forget
me.
how many words we steal from French, dear.
Well, some of them we just like lie about how to pronounce them, right? Like, what's a good example? Help me out. Tell me one. Come on.
Why would I help you
You have
here?
a PhD. You know things.
Yes, but I don't know things about French.
Or bats, apparently.
I know that they are not bugs.
Bats aren't bugs. Yep. And I know that the first word of his book report was dusk. That's like the thing I remember about his book report.
Because that
you
that
went
is
and can you read me his book report? Is that a thing that you can do?
Yes.
Oh, come on. The YouTube will love it. It'll be a hit, a cult classic.
Alright. Dusk! With a creepy, tingling sensation, you hear the fluttering of leathery wings. Bats! With glowing red eyes and glistening fangs, these unspeakable giant bugs drop onto... Bats aren't bugs.
Bats aren't bugs. The best.
There you go. I have read you his book report.
Thank you, dear. Oh, we have a wand of teleportation. When did... Hello? What?
I don't know. We were probably busy talking about
Found
bats
on
not
Orc
being...
too. Oh my gosh. Aren't we so glad we went to Orc?
We are paying such close attention to all the important things in this.
That's just
in this
so
game.
good. It's great.
I'm mostly just delighted by the fact that we somehow totally failed to notice that until now.
But I mean, I have teleport. I also have scrolls of teleport. This is amazing. I'm actually playing this game now instead of just being summarily like used.
Because that's an image I wanted.
I never thought it wasn't. Okay, mod with Holy Wrath. Let's put that mod with Holy Wrath. We do not want any pieces of that.
Hey.
Not for quite some time to come. But we can tab stuff now. Like, our health is getting there. And we have a potion of haste back. Oh,
Hooray.
so good.
Oh, baby. Haste me good, baby.
Haste me good, baby. Alright. If you say so. Black Mamba, please don't hiss so loudly. You'll wake up Snorg. I mean, we might do alright against Snorg here, honestly. But on the other hand, like, we might not.
Okay.
Lair 5. Lair 5. What do you think? Do you need to go to bed yet?
I mean soon, but I'm in the middle of a row. I'm knitting, so.
Okay.
Like, I like sleep. It's made of sleep. Pretty good.
That does sound like how I have heard sleep described in the past.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll just continue on then. You let me know when you need to
Okay.
go.
Okay.
I'll make butterflies.
Oh God, you know I shouldn't be responsible for my own bedtime.
I'm not going to be.
Well, I mean, neither of us is a responsible adult about these things. Let's be honest.
That's true. Hey, it's a yak. He was teleported away a minute ago. Yes, I think it is a short-range teleport like distortion.
Okay. Oh no, you know what? It's totally the yak zombies that look like bears. I don't know where your elephant zombies are. No, seriously, the yak zombies look like frickin' bears. I thought they looked like poodles. They used to look like poodles. I recognize that I sound like a crazy woman. I'm just okay with that.
All right, well, I'll let Ontoclasm know that nobody is making fun of the tiles.
I mean, I'm making fun of them. The yak zombies look like bears.
Well, she says never mind, it was yak zombies, which is totally reasonable to look like bears. He can take that
That
however he
is not what
wants.
I said. I just told you the wrong creature that looked like bears because I couldn't tell what it was, so I assumed it was the elephant. Because actually, elephants makes more sense than yaks as a thing that looks like bears when it's zombified. There seems to be a little vault over there on the left.
Yep. You want to check it out?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I never don't want to look inside the box.
What is junk? It's a Spriggan, a Komodo dragon, and a hippogriff. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. That's a strange set.
I mean, Spriggan represents fairy, probably, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of all mythical creatures.
Maybe, yeah, yeah.
You know, you've got yourself a dragon and a hippogriff.
Yeah, a dragon, sure. So it represents a dragon. Maybe this is what, like, one of the old forest endings used to look like. This was the enchantress or something, and then this was the rune. I don't know. I never went there, so there are a few callbacks to forest stuff. Most of the monsters who were in forest have since been repurposed elsewhere.
Right.
I don't know if I should have opened this door.
It doesn't seem to have actually been good stuff in the little vault.
No, certainly not. I'm just doing this for the experience.
Okay.
The Spriggan disappeared, and I got a message about it.
Okay. Now it sounds like it's definitely a bug that you're only sometimes getting a message.
Yeah. You know, provided that we can show that we don't always get the message, because that's the thing. Like, it may just be. Oh, here's a question. Does that show up in the Control P backlog? That's what I want to know. What was it that teleported? It was the Spriggan, right?
Yeah.
Spriggan's hitting me. Spriggan is almost dead. No messages about the Spriggan. Even though we saw one. Right? So we actually saw it teleport away, but it's not in the backlog.
Okay.
That's what's going on that's weird.
Okay.
I
I don't know. I know that you develop for crawl, so I point out bugs. At least when they're super obvious.
Control P. There we go. It occurs to me I maybe should have checked, like, I don't know. I did a bunch of testing of the audio, as Rose knows, but you guys don't. I had some trouble with the audio before we started up this recording, and I'm just now like, oh my god, what if the audio is all messed up and you guys can't hear her, or the level is all wrong or whatever? And like, I don't think that's the case. but I was just suddenly
And
like,
you'll sound like an idiot talking to yourself. That's totally
yeah,
fine.
yeah. You guys can't hear her, but she just said something. You might not be able to hear her. You probably can.
Well, if they can't hear me, they can't hear my dog.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Now you've
I'm
got me all
sorry he was
thinking
such a
about like
brick
how all
bat.
this stuff I'm gonna say, everything I'm saying, how it sounds if I'm just talking to myself like an idiot.
Excellent. Now I've made you paranoid.
Yeah. All right, our evasion is getting up there too. That's nice.
Hooray.
And spell power on regen is like respectable
Okay.
enough that it's useful over the course of a long battle.
Hooray. Why were you casting it before if it wasn't useful?
Well, I mean, I wasn't exactly. I don't know. I guess I was some, and it was okay. But now it's the point where I don't. It lasts for more than like 5 turns.
I see.
And so even if it only lasts for 5 turns, it's like a heal of like 10 hit points, which is like okay.
Sure.
But now it's like a spell that I can just turn on once for, a medium length combat, and it just sticks around as long as I need it to.
I see. There's a lot of fruit in layer.
Yeah. Beasts love fruit. Ooh, a ring of intelligence.
Don't beasts mostly love eating each other?
I don't know. Rats maybe eat fruit.
I mean, I guess that's true.
So I would swap, for example, this ring of magical power for a ring of intelligence.
Okay.
But I don't have enough remove curse to do that, so I won't.
Didn't you uncurse your ring at
No,
one
I
point?
thought about it and decided it was going to be too long before I switched.
I see. You decided you had plenty of remove curse, so you didn't worry about it. And now you're telling me you don't have enough remove curse. Make up your mind, man.
I mean, the other thing is I wanted to keep the spell power bonus, remember? So there, okay.
Sure.
So right here on the screen it says the thing's gone, right?
Yep.
Control P doesn't. Has no idea. So that's the problem.
Okay. You have diagnosed the bug with accuracy. Now you can go fix it.
Yeah, and honestly, it should be pretty easy. I don't know what's wrong, but
But that ought to be pretty easy to find.
yeah, exactly. I bet it just goes to a different message channel or something, and it's not the one that shows up in Control P. That's my bet.
Yep.
Nah, and I know nothing about message channels, but I could just put it on the normal one, and then everything will be fine.
Well, like, why would it go to a different message channel?
There's just a
choice.
lot of message channels for different things that you can configure how like which message channels interrupt you and so on.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. I can't hit Control P to see what's coming up. Like, see what blink, if anything left or what. It just doesn't work. But at least now I know.
Yeah?
Okay, my stealth seems fine. Wow, 8. Oh my gosh, Ash, you are the best.
I'm glad you love your god.
Ash is... Every time I play Ash, I'm like, wow, I forgot Ash is this good.
Yeah, you were Ash last time I was hanging out with
Yeah?
you, and you seemed really happy about it.
I did Gozag last game. So, I may have told you I played under the account name Hyper Amalloy.
I don't remember this.
Which is, the tradition is that Hyper accounts, you always choose a random character every game. You have no input on what character you play.
Okay.
And so I thought that would be a fun thing to try.
Sure.
So I did 2 Hyper games off camera.
Uh-huh.
And the first one, I blame Grunt for what happened there.
Yeah, what happened?
So I rolled Ogre Fire Elementalist, which is, like, not great, but ogres are okay at spellcasting. They're, like, they're fine. And so what you do is you, like, sort of play as an Ogre Fire Elementalist until you pick up a giant club, and then you hit things with a giant club, and you're an ogre.
Right.
A Staff of Earth. Interesting. Okay. But so...
You're gonna eat some food soon, right?
Hope so. I found an ecumenical altar, which is mostly... That's like the name that exists in the code. Mostly they're called like faded altars in real life.
Okay.
And so they're a fairly new feature, several months now at this point, I think.
Right.
Which is It's an altar to an unknown god. When you pray at it, you get randomly assigned to any god that you could legally worship on purpose.
Okay.
But they appear much earlier than normal altars, and
Right.
you get bonus piety for picking your god this way.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and I had never used one before because it's like just I think strategically not very good in almost every game.
All right.
But I was like, you know what? I'm an ogre fire elementalist.
You could use some
I could
god.
use like almost any god would be fine. Like a
Okay.
combat god would be okay. Like a Trog, I wouldn't mind putting down all my spells
Sure.
if it got me Trog. You know,
Sure.
or Sif. You know, not my favorite magic god, but a magic god.
Sure.
So I did that, and I got Pakelus,
Okay.
who you have never heard of because he is new.
Yes, this is true.
He is new. He is like the god of. He's an attempt to be a less boring Nemelex, I think.
Okay.
He gives you the power to use rods and wands more effectively, basically.
Okay.
But the downside to this is that you no longer regenerate magic naturally.
Oh dear.
Instead, when you kill things, you get magic back, and you use that as
Okay.
sort of like. I don't really love this because why are there all these eyes? I guess slime must be nearby. It feels to me like it just makes your MP bar into another piety bar.
Right.
Because you get piety and MP for killing things, and you spend piety and MP to do things.
Sure.
And you don't get either of them naturally, so what is the point?
Right.
But anyway, this is Grunt's new god,
Okay.
which is why I blame Grunt.
I see.
And so, like, I was hitting things okay with my weapon, but I was just depending too much on magic damage as a fire elementalist, and I just could not keep it together for long enough to get transitioned into not hitting things with magic. And then I died, and that was Grunt's fault. That was game 1 on Hyper Amalloy, level 10 Ogre Fire Elementalist of Pakelus.
Okay. Well, we always blame Grunt.
Yeah. And then, I don't remember, the second one was, like a troll something? Something that trolls are kind of okay at, I thought? It was like it might have even been a troll venom mage, actually. Let's see. Let me just double check. I can just look. Last game's Hyper Amalloy. It was troll venom mage of Kybriados. And I felt like I was doing great, but I got killed by the Lernan Hydra. The only time I've ever died with Lernan Hydra.
Aw, because normally you like just panic and do work really hard to not die to Lernan. The Lernan Hydra.
Yeah.
Like I've seen you fight it, and you just kind of like go through all your stuff, which is probably sensible.
Yeah, but this time I didn't go through enough stuff because I was a troll, and that's like easy game, easy life. I think is what happened. What do I do with this? I forgot. Didn't I have a thing for killing hydras? I was using Dex and just hoping for the best, wasn't I? And it's not the best, but all right. My deck is.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you were doing.
Oh well, that should do it. I don't know. Should it?
Yeah.
2 centaurs. I guess maybe not. No.
So next time you reach a stopping point, possibly after you kill this Hydra, I would in fact like Ted to bed.
Yeah. Well.
And that did all right.
Yeah, it did fine. We bought
and
enough
you can
time.
cast pain on it.
Yeah, we bought
it
enough
hit you
time.
kind of hard.
Uh.
Hooray! It's dead.
So. Yeah, I think I want to finish up layer 8. I want to try layer 8. I don't know if you want to stick around for that or just go to bed. Because we're on layer 7 right now.
Yeah, I'll stick around for that.
Okay. But I don't know. I just messed that up. And that was my second Hyper Amalloy account and that game. And then my last one...
I like it when the dead hop.
Whoops, what am I doing? Don't go up there. My third...
7-headed Hydra.
My third Hyper Amalloy game was the last one I played on this channel. Another Venom Mage, this time a Mummy. And that was what made me realize I don't necessarily want to play Hyper Amalloy. Not because the character was bad. It was fine. And in fact, spoilers, I won.
Okay.
But because I've already played and won a Mummy Venom Mage, and I don't really want to play the same thing again.
I see.
So what I did this game is I'm playing on Amalloy, and I picked a random character with the intent that if I had played it before, I would reroll.
makes sense.
Whoa. What is all
You
this?
see a lot of this floor.
This is like a scarab. Look at this. This is an entry vault with all 3 stairs in it on purpose. This is nasty.
Yeah?
And like a million yaks and elephants.
Just 6 and 4.
Uh-huh. That's what I said.
Just.
There's a Rod of the Swarm. That's cool, actually.
Yeah?
Let me have that. I don't know. Maybe I can't really. My weapon is cursed, so I can't really use it. But
Yeah.
rods are cool.
But you need to stay cursed. Like, that's the downside to Ash and Zari. That's the whole point.
Well, once you have enough skill that you don't need Ash's curse boost, you can just uncurse. It's fine.
All right.
If your build depends on being able to swap weapons, you can just not have a cursed weapon and it's fine. It just means you need to spend more experience on your weapon to get it to the same level. That's all.
Right. This is a lot of yaks.
That's what I said. I said it was a million of them, and I dare you to refute.
All right, I refute. There is not a million of them.
Well, not on the screen right now. There's the ghosts.
I suspect that there are not a million of them, in fact, on the level.
No, but like they're ghost yaks from other people who came here.
I see. Well, that was not, in fact, in the terms of your daring me to refute the thing.
I don't know what to do because I don't want to just. I would love to stare dance this, but they're elephants, right? So.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
Yeah.
You could go stare dance the yaks, since
I
the
could.
stairs for them
I
are
guess
over to
these
the
are
east.
all yaks, huh?
Yep. They're all sort of separated by type. One of the elephants is following you, just so you know.
And there's just rats down here.
But like if you, and maybe you don't want to stare dance the yaks, maybe you want to try really hard to kill them on this level so that you can zombify them.
Yeah. Where's the elephant? He's down there.
Yep. But like this doesn't seem too overwhelming because only one of the elephants came.
Yeah. That, by the way, is something you would hear at the end of a really intense orgy.
Yes, I think that it might be, and a terrifying one.
Yeah.
I hope never to say that phrase in such a context.
Just FYI.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, so we got a couple yak zombies. That's something.
Yeah.
Now let's see if we can maybe get these elephants. I don't know what happened to them.
They go.
Yeah, they're gone.
You know you're hungry, right?
Yeah, I have food. Boulder beetles.
Just one.
Yeah, they removed Goliath beetles a while ago. They were not very interesting. Boulder.
I sort of remember them being scary, but maybe I'm just...
Well, they do a giant, humongous pile of... They're like mid-game worms.
Right.
They do a ton of damage. Hello, Boulder beetle. A ton of damage, but they're very, very slow.
Hey, I found your elephant.
Yeah. And so that was just like, you don't need reminders over and over that there are slow monsters you should run away from, basically.
Right.
Let's cast... Wait, is there a corpse here? No. Let's just cast regen again. Yeah.
You're about to level up. That's nice.
That is nice. I'm sleepy too.
Yep. It's late.
Yeah. We got our claws started. All right.
Hooray!
These elephants aren't leaving corpses, but we seem to be doing all right. We have just enough zombies to get things going.
The elephant you just killed left a corpse. Well, the elephant zombies also look like bears.
I'm not going to send him a third message.
The elephant zombies and yak zombies are identical.
I'm not going to send him a third message saying, actually, it was elephants after all.
Well, Well, the problem is that the elephants look like yaks, which look like bears.
Okay.
Okay, this is a problem.
The way you describe it, it sounds like it could be some sort of mental problem that you're having.
They are exactly the same tile.
He'll probably notice that. He'll look and say, those are the same tile, and they do look like bears.
Yeah.
That's what you hope will happen.
Yeah, that seems likely. I mean, they look like bears. There's no question here. If you look at the polar bear and you look at the yak zombie / elephant zombie, which are the same tile.
Okay, so I found an amulet that I would rather wear.
Yeah. Yoink.
Let's just drop this amulet of dismissal immediately and pick up this amulet of guardian spirit, because I have way more MP than I need. And turning it all into HP sounds amazing.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. All right, well, that looks like,
Well,
oh no, you're back at 100%.
Sorry. I have so much junk! Alright, let's drop all these other
Block
amulets
junk?
that I can't use. And let's drop all these books that I'm not using either. Anything I want to learn? Let's pick up Takima's Dance, I guess. What? Is this red? Ah! No! I held down the U key. That was really bad.
You found some link frogs, though.
Yeah. Guardian Spirit just sounds great. I love the idea of Guardian Spirit.
Okay.
Going from 113 HP to 160 HP with one equip slot change. Pretty good.
Yep.
And of course that's not really what happened, but
Sure.
it just means I have a much larger buffer when I am doing dumbs.
Right. When you are doing dumbs, is that what you just said?
Yeah.
All right, just checking.
There's
Or for snail.
There was a long time ago when I was following the StarCraft subreddits, somebody did a cute little comic of, it was like a hive queen or something, or a Zerg queen,
Right.
giving a lecture to the larva, like a professor with chalkboard and so on. And it's like things you should do, make sure to time your injects right, whatever, boring, simple stuff that doesn't really matter to you.
Right.
And one of the things on the list was don't do a dumb.
All right, then.
I just thought it was really cute.
You are occasionally, and I find somewhat unpredictably, amused by terrible grammar.
Yeah, well, okay.
Because when I use terrible grammar on you, you just give me a funny look.
Yeah, usually.
Usually. But sometimes you think I'm hilarious.
Don't do a dumb. I mean, it's not exactly like... That's not grammar, right? That's not what's being...
I mean, it's sort of a grammar.
It's...
Like an adjective is being nouned, which is sort of a grammar thing.
I guess. So this is a bunch of worms? No, that's a different thing.
There's a bunch of water over there.
It looks like a worm vault, but it's not the one that I'm thinking of. What the heck is this? It's weird is what it is.
Can you even get over there?
No. I don't have digging. I do have flight.
I have potions of flight, yeah.
Let's see what's in there.
Okay.
Because if this generate... Oh, is that what this is?
I'm not sure you want to go in there. There's an ice dragon.
Yeah, that's what this is. It's, well,
I mean, it looks like it's just a bunch of money with the ice dragon,
yeah.
So I'm not sure you're excited.
Magic mapping, but yeah, that's about it. If this generated, surrounded completely by deep water, and with no escape hatches up, that's a bug too.
Okay.
Let me advanced backup. Yes. Okay. copy. Check out hatchless deep water vault in. Great. So it's not supposed to be possible for you to get stuck in a vault where you can't get out.
Right.
And here, surrounded by deep water, I presume that this vault was supposed to somewhere in here there's a down hatch.
Right.
But on layer 8, those don't work.
Right.
And I know I talked about, and I thought I actually might have done, although I think now I actually didn't. If something tries to place a down hatch and it's in
a place where that doesn't work.
Where that's not possible, it should place an up hatch.
That makes sense. That looks like a new book.
Yeah. And I don't think that was actually done. So that can be solved in general. Book of Flames, huh? No thanks, I guess. Inner Flame is pretty funny.
What does Inner Flame do? Oh, yeah, that one!
Yeah, it's a fun necromancer spell. But it tends to make your zombies who were nearby get mad at you. So I don't know if it's the best plan necessarily.
It doesn't seem right that your zombies are able to get mad at you.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you know, they're your spellbound undead minions.
Yeah.
They shouldn't get the choice.
Alright, so here's my end vault up here. Or my second end vault or something. I don't know exactly what the deal
Your
is.
thing.
Yeah. Okay, let's get out of the water. That's the important thing to do first.
It's a good plan.
Did we get any corpses? We did. And I already have a steam dragon hide, so I don't need to worry about butchering them.
Awesome.
Ooh, I am sleepy. This is the end of my crawling for tonight.
Okay.
Hopefully not of this character.
Hopefully not. There's a fire dragon too. This seems to be fire themed.
It's mostly like, yeah, I guess it is. I always think of it as like dragon themed, but it's not really. I do have 5 potions of flight. Yeah, let's just use one. And I have some fire resist, so the steam is not relevant.
Okay.
Oh! There's another dragon. There's dragons everywhere. Swamp drakes. That's
less fiery.
Yeah, but I have poison resistance, so also irrelevant.
Yep.
Found 5 items. Oh, where's it? Give me that swamp dragon corpse. I'm standing on it. Chop it up. Alright, no hide. I could have... I always forget that when you make skeletons, that's the same as butchering. I could have done that and gotten a skeleton out of it as well.
Ah, clever.
Deflect missiles.
I was going to make some sort of like joke about making you crawl, but I forgot.
I'm excited to hear what this joke might have been.
I mean, like, I didn't have it formulated. I was just working on formulating it, but then there were some dragons, and I'm tired, so it kind of just... Oh. But I thought you might enjoy the jokes about making you crawl, or, you know, at least the fact that I considered
Nice
one.
work getting petrified, Mr. Zombie. Or Mr. Hydra.
You've got a basilisk zombie.
Yeah. No, I have a basilisk.
Oh. It just loves you, huh?
I drew my, Okay, apparently you can still make them grow more heads when they're petrified.
I mean, that sort of makes sense.
Yeah. No, I drew from the deck of summoning when there was a Hydra.
That deck of summoning has done good work for you.
Yeah, no kidding. Even at 0 Evo skill.
I told you decks of cards are great.
Yeah, I picked up the... I mean, if it were plain, it would not be so good, obviously, but it's ornate, so it's, like, decent.
Next time you start a character, I'm going to make you choose someone with all kinds of random effects.
Alright. Well, I'm going to probably not do that. I'm probably going to choose randomly. I'm enjoying the hyper amalloy binge right now.
That's good.
But I don't know. I mean, if you wanted to commit to kibitzing a lot of a character, you know, you can have more input on him, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's it. We made it through there, guys. And
Hooray!
we're all really tired. And I don't know. You guys probably aren't. You're probably not watching this at 2 in the morning. Although, what do I know? Maybe you are. So
I think it's almost 3 now. I'm gonna go
yeah,
sleep.
next video we won't have Rose with us probably, but maybe I think she's probably coming in a couple days. We'll see. But I'll probably want to play before then. Anyway,
It depends
I'm
on,
just talking.
depends on when you're.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.